right, what a year 2024 has been for rollerblading. Now it's only right we recognise those who've done a really good job and excelled in their chosen field. Thanks to the support of the community, these awards now have a prize pot of £7,829, which will be split between Best Female Skater of the Year and Best Male Skater of the Year. And it also means these awards actually mean something now. Win Sotty, pay the bills. You gave me the categories, you gave me the nominations, I did a little bit of quality control. You voted for the winners and there was input from a panel of experts. I've also thrown in a few other categories, so let's get into it and see who's won this cash. All the stunts are performed by professionals. Don't attempt this yourself. Master Splinter Park Rat Award for the Best Comp Park Skater of the Year. Pride of England, Joe Atkinson takes third, and no one skates a comp like Joe Atkinson. He has the ability to create lasting moments that can define comps even if he doesn't win them. There's a real focus on flow, being unique, bringing a level of artistry to something fairly objective. Prince of Latvia Nils Janssens took second. A huge win at Winter Clash, the biggest contest in core ag rollerblading. Top class performances at the World Skate Games. He won the Baltic Games, he won that comp in Latvia, but no one has dominated competitions in 2024 like Julian Kudo. He has won 9 first places, being in all the big comps against the laboratory grown park competitors who are trying to just do flips all day. He won the NL contest, he went on a rampage at the World Skate Games, winning street and park. He won comps in Lyon, he won the Windy City Riot on away turf. He won absolutely everything at FIS Montpellier. The rail comp, the park comp, the spine comp. There was an ESA street comp around the same time and he won that too. I heard he also won the Montpellier Yard de Vale comp, the spaghetti eating comp, guess the newborn baby's weight comp, how many coins in the jar comp, and was racing people in the car park just to win some more. The guy is just the king of comps, and when you see he's entering, you know he's just going to go all out and do something totally bananas, man. He's also got a great attitude towards competitions as well.
What would it mean to you to have a 4th victory?
It would mean a lot, but it would mean that I still have a lot of work because I want to win way more.
Arguably, he could have won Winter Clash, but he doesn't care. He just turns up, does his stuff. If he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he's like, I'll be back next year and I'm going to win that one. And he's done it all in Caveman Rocker. Little bit surprised Danilo didn't get enough nominations to qualify for the finalists because he spins and skates like a Beyblade. He'll be a force in 2025. Julian also wins best entry to a competition when he abseiled into a competition in France. Oh my goodness, that's unreal. People need to start arriving at competitions on horse-drawn cart, like arrive on a unicycle, drop in on a canoe, something like that. Turn up with a python round your neck. Sticking with the comp side of things, best comeback ever in 2004 award goes to Joe Atkinson after he bagpiped himself and the medical staff confirmed that his lungs were like an abused whoopee cushion. Someone must have stuffed a fisherman's friend under his eyelids and filled the room with Lynx Africa because he came back like the Undertaker.
Oh my god!
Still clearly in a fair amount of pain, the DJ came in clutch, dropping Sandstorm. The crowd went ballistic, Joe went turbo, backslide up, wall stall, Roy back down, cued pure chaos. That was maybe even moment of the year. Best youth skater under 18. Like last year, there was so many different nominations that there's ended up being 9 finalists, which is really positive for the future. And there's also a good mix of girls and boys. Again, really positive. Michael Peterzak is third, and he is a rascal, man. He is after all the crowd pleasers, and he's just getting better and better, and he's going to refine it soon, so he's going to be bonkers. So Ajung takes seconds, and she is just frighteningly good. Has this unreal and quite mature awareness of what looks good. She's really stylish. She's got the technical switch ups. Just an absolute star of the future, and right now actually. And your winner, Ana Julia de Silva, who has had a phenomenal year, winning loads of contests in her home country and having a massive year at Winter Clash, to the point where people were saying her amateur division winning performance would have won the full female adult one. Her skill set really suits transition competitions. She's got big spins that she can throw out, she can do the flips, all those kind of eye-catching, crowd-pleasing moves movements. It's great to see two females heading up this group. Both have very different approaches to skating, both excel in their lanes and will bring variety to the top of female skating. Most unexpected sponsor award, agricultural giant John Deere sponsoring loads of Brazilian skaters. I absolutely love that. That's an amazing sponsor. 'Cause I got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key. God knows how that's come about, but I feel like it would be similar to Joe Atkinson getting sponsored by the likes of Daz or something.
Very good morning to you. This is the Daz Doorstep Challenge.
Shetland Tony, aka Workhorse Award, goes to Hawk Trackler, who was brutally injured this year but somehow managed to produce 25 plus videos this year. Incredible effort, and he is always the award GOAT. 40 plus still giving it beans, man. This lineup is incredible. Third, Colin Kelso, who I believe is only just into the 40s, but showing how you can mature through your rollerblading, showing how you can still have an impact, still be like out there as a leader in innovation and style, and just like, you know, finding your thread that you're going to weave your cardigan with. He just knows what he likes and he's doing it well. Very mature, very controlled, very measured man. Second, Frankie Morales, who was a hot favourite in the online forums from what I recall. Just an absolute style master. How is he able to jump so high still? How is he able to just make everything look unbelievable? Like, he doesn't need to learn or do any more tricks. He can just pick a new obstacle, do the same tricks he's been doing for years, because he makes them look absolutely stunning and immaculate. He's the owner of Gods and the best skater on Gods. And your winner, Billy the Bunsen Burner O'Neill, the flame lives on, the New York lightweight champion. I'm pretty sure his new edit with Butter TV helped the cause here. Him getting stuck into those classic New York City spots and some of the new ones as well. Probably tired of seeing these out-of-towners thinking they know what they're doing. He's just stepped up going, I've been doing this for like, what, 30 years? I'm going to show you a thing or two. He definitely sluck that Bane quote in there as well, which I loved.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
He's just clearly still got that mad dog in him. I bet it's actually harder for him to like fight back that feeling and be a bit sensible than it is to actually do these mental tricks, especially when his team riders are getting stuck in as well and he's thinking, I can fucking do that. George the Jungle Watch Up for That Tree Award goes to Marco Roche's filmer when he just stepped out in front of a skater at Winter Clash and got sent into another dimension. What on earth was he thinking? Shit, I left the oven on run-up award for the most frantic run-up to a trick. Goes to Bobby Spazoff in the new Inferno one, narrowly beating Julian Cousteau at the World Skate Games. I absolutely love it. It creates this feeling of anticipation and anxiety in me, like, what is that person going so fast towards? Best hair.
Long-haired weirdos.
One of the most important ones, like, who's a Barnett? It's been setting the rollerblading world alight in 2024. Jeremy Raff in 8th. He's got this kind of 90s poster boy main heartthrob in a 90s TV show. Would have been a good extra in Dawson's Creek. Das came in 7th. He would be like the bad guy in Dawson's Creek. Brosco binned the curtains. Shaved era Brosco is just beginning. God knows what that's going to bring. 5th, Heath Burley, keep it long and wavy, pour me another pint of gravy. I bet you he could down a pint. I think his haircut is very reflective of his personality, wild and free. 4th, Grant Hazelton, thought he was going to be a little bit further up on the mark, but 4th, good position, good hair flick, solid year for his hair. 3rd, Cody Sanders, long hair, flecks of grey in there, that silver kind of glisten like a domesticated silverback gorilla. Funnily enough, there was a silverback gorilla in Jersey Zoo called Jumbo. There's a tenuous connection there. Just pipping him to 2nd, Sam Croft's perm. A perm can change a person's lifestyle. Fair play to Sam for bagging 2nd. But our winner, and I think he won last year as well actually, is Robbie Pitts with that gorgeous flowing ginger mane. I always make the comparison to a Golden Lion Tamarin, and honestly it's exactly the same. Beautiful. Doing it for the gingers. Always great hair. Hair of the year again. The Paul Daniels Magic Set, rest in peace Paul Daniels, Trick of the Year. 7th, David Sizemore Hurricane Negative Top Acid in Big Milk.
Hold your horses, hold your horses.
I thought that was exceptional. I thought it was a Hurricane Top Acid to begin with. Realised it was a negative from the other angle. I thought it was sensational, man. Bobby Spazoff, that rolling in and out. And I feel like he's got a raw deal here, man. I was thinking that was probably going to be battling for the top spot. It's not my personal favourite, but absolutely insane. So insane, he's made a t-shirt out of it for his brand and proudly wears it himself with the tagline skate fast and die. Well, he's not lying, is he? He was going fast, and if he would have missed that, he probably would have died. So fair play to him. 5th, Joe Atkinson Best Trick at Winter Clash, which is like the 6th time he's won Best Trick at Winter Clash. Unbelievable. We talked about it a lot already, but I think it's the whole kind of story around that one, the whole atmosphere, the crowd's reaction that has got this one so high. Amazing moment. 4th, Nils Janssen, where he rolled along that wall and then did the soul like from one rail, dropped onto the other one through the kink. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant moment, really good trick, but you know, 4th is probably the right position for it. 3rd, then my absolute personal favourite, Seba doing that like out of the quarter pipe, wall ride along the edge of the ramp, and then Royale at the like into the like half pipe mini ramp. Absolutely unbelievable, man. I just I can't believe how far he travelled with the wall ride, and he was going like, it was constantly going up it, like rode the wall ride perfectly. Felt like, I don't know, just computer game style stuff. I love the fact that even though it's in a skate park, it feels like a very much a street move. It feels like, well, something you definitely shouldn't be doing in the park. The people who built that definitely never envisaged that. I loved it. Loved how raw it was. Just an absolute like delightful moment. Took my breath away. 2nd, Cameron Talbot, when he does that soul down the kink rail, then he launches himself to like the dark true top acid on the edge of the ledge. Really high up, actually. Fucking dangerous place to be messing around doing stuff like that when you could easily, like, you know, miss that edge, put down the pressure too far, and then flip yourself over, and then all of a sudden you're dropping like 6 foot into a handstand position, trying not to like smash your dreads off the pavement, man. Man, what an unbelievable trick. And your winner, Sean Kelso, with the True Fish Gap Access Bend Top Sole. I previously called it the like gap to blind, let Jesus take the wheel top sole, just putting his hands in pure faith, the faith he has in his abilities to be able to just get that top sole on, change the direction of the movement, change the access. Mate, superb. Like, don't know if there's any or many other people that be able to do that. So there you go, Trick of the Year. Karma Chameleon award for the best piece of karma.
He told me like, I'm gonna ruin your career and I'm gonna break your leg.
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
What are the chances of that? A couple of years after it came out that Peter had threatened, allegedly, to break Leffy's legs for leave and adapt, Peter breaks his own legs when Levy drops his pro skate for Mesmer. Needs to pull a finger out and make a proper section award. 3rd, David Sizemore. If you search his name on YouTube by like upload date, you get a load of church services from a vicar called David Sizemore. That needs to change. Like, he was in Big Milk, he had the one with a van, but people just want to see more. It's always a treat to see his skating, and he's unbelievable. Just give us a little bit more, mate.
Please, sir, I want some more.
2nd, Jay Yoon, an unbelievable talent. Makes spins to grinds and flips look immaculate. Like, he is the one person, if you don't like flips, he is the one person to watch that might make you change your mind on that. He's got those like skier skills. Very rare to get footage from him. Was really excited to see him at Free Shanghai, but he got injured. Genuinely believe that if he had like 3 edits in 1 year, he'd be in the sort of conversation. Would also start to dominate competitions as well if he was in more. 1st, Alex Brosco, the GOAT. He did actually put out a load of footage which was unreal, and it defo didn't get enough praise, but people just want a little bit more Brosco. Like, even if he just skates into 3rd gear, because at the moment, like, even though he's skating is that upper echelon, It just seems like it's second gear for him. People want him just to tighten the screws on it a little bit and go a bit more mad. I think he should have been up there in a Sotty conversation this year, but come on mate, just a little bit more. Environmentalist award goes to Julian Kudo, who was using a bag for life to take not only his winnings but to pick up other people's rubbish. Rollerblading's MVP, Todd McInerney of mushroom blading fame. If rollerblading has a celebrity, it's him. There's just an air about him, the way he carries himself. He's just a pure character. I was living vicariously through his stories from Blading Cup. Then there's a lot of footage of him in Jumbo's video. And honestly, he just stole the show for me. What a guy.
I'm gonna tell you one fucking thing. I'm winning this comp tomorrow. Do you understand? I'm fucking taking this shit. Most
illegal trick. In third place, front flip, which is interchangeable with a back flip. It's a circus trick, man. It's a party trick. I'm pretty sure you can make it look good, but it's just so easily accessible. Like, anybody can do it. You don't even need to be a rollerblader. Like, give somebody a pair of skates and they might even be able to do it on their first go if they're really up for it. Second is step up. People just simply treating grinds like it's line dancing. And very sensibly, mildly disappointing, but you can take it a few different ways. No trick is illegal. 2025, year of the bandit. Let's just be getting out there, ignoring everybody and doing any old shite. Like, just go out there and like make the trick your own. If you do it well, people will start to love it, except for sidewalks and never coming back, or channel grinds. Best team vid. Third, them skates. Shut up, Marcus. NY got a battering this year. The them videos feel much closer to crew videos than regular team videos, because it feels like they are genuinely mates and having a good time. A lot of playful skating, a lot of creative skating, makes you feel like you can go out there and get a trick out of anything. The music was great. And I'm never sure how to like describe this, but with them videos it's always presented as if they genuinely believe what they are doing is cool, and they're also not afraid to act like it comes across that way, like which I think is really hard to do in a convincing way without it seeming like it's really contrived or try hard. Second, Starheads by Dead Wheels, just a banger. All round cool spots, really sick tricks. Alex, best part of the year. Das taking full ownership of his lane, and Bellino locked in and pumped out hits. He only needs a little section to remind you he's special. He's got that magic that separates him from others. Taking top spot, Mesmer NYC Volume 2. Mesmer just has a solid vision, and it shines through in all of their edits. It's another team edit that feels much more like a crew edit. They never miss in whatever they put out. Skating, filming, editing, music, all top shelf, and they really capture a feeling. If you're into the vids, like what I do, and you want to see this channel make it to the end of the month, there's a few ways you can support me. There's Patreon, there's channel membership, exclusive videos, sneak peeks, all that kind of stuff. There's merch on my site and on Muzzles, it also helps me out. It genuinely does make a difference, so cheers. Biggest villain, Peter from Adapt or Andy from Razors. I think this is more of a hangover from like their previous years of poor choices. They make a lot of poor choices, and in some cases they double down on these poor choices. Second, Peter from Adapt got off lightly. The winner is Andy from Razors. Done a whole video about all the things that Razors have allegedly done. Go and check that one out. Female Skater of the Year 2024, battling it out for their share of the prize pot. Here we go, it's a big money one. Before we get into it, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that donated to the prize pot and made this change happen. These awards are now meaningful. They actually like stand for something. People care more, and the skaters get paid. I believe it will change the landscape of rollerblading, because skaters will have a little bit more incentive to put out edits, to really craft sections. I mean, we already get really amazing content, like imagine more of it. And it's all happened because just over 200 people believe and seen value in this prize spot. And I have plans for it to grow this year, and I've ideas of the same ilk to make the year more exciting. So stick with me, and once again, thank you so much. What a year for female rollerblading. Fabiola da Silva, one of the most iconic names in rollerblading across males and females, finally gets a pro skate. Chihiro Azuma finally gets a pro skate. Razors changing their tune and gave a female, Tai Colares, her first pro skate. Amazing year of competition skating for females. Like, some of the most impressive young skaters in the world are female. So much style, there's technicality in there, there's women going big. Unreal. 7th place, China Wildstar, which is a bit mad because she won the last 2 years, I think. But she was injured for a fair bit of the year, but that just shows how much the competition is expanding as well. 6th place, probably one of my personal favourites, Soa Jang. I feel a bit surprised that she is quite low in this. I thought she would have been higher up. Super stylish, can get technical when she wants. I think maybe people just want to see more street skating from her, maybe a little bit more amplitude, but she's really, really young and she's definitely going to be like one of the best female skaters ever when she grows up. Nicole Machado in 5th, huge ambassador for female rollerblading. 4th, Mary Munoz, win at Winter Clash. Really big edit at the beginning of the year. Her pro skate, a phenomenal year, and for years and years and years she's been like one of the main faces, one of the biggest ambassadors for female rollerblading, doing wonders for it, but could only get 4th this year. That's pretty mental. 3rd is Tai Colares, who just keeps getting better and better. Phenomenal year for her. Couple of edits at the end of the year, good competition performances, a pro skate.
Oh, shit has your name on it.
Yeah.
Wait, this your pro skate?
Yeah.
Can handle big rails and stuff like that. Got some style on her as well. Really good year for her, and will absolutely in the next coming years be battling for Sotti again. 2nd, Ana Julia da Silva, always been a future prospect, but is now just like bursting into the conversation for female skater of the year. Just a phenomenal year. Her thing seems to be competition skating. She's just adept at it. She can do the big spins, she's got flips, she's got a couple of grinds on there as well, and that's obviously made a massive impact for her, and that's her lane, and she can really own that and become like an iconic female skater, just going down that path, kind of following in the footsteps of Fabiola da Silva. But your out and out clear winner, Chihiro Azuma, phenomenal year. She got the pro skate, she won the Blading Cup, she's had out the edit, just another level of like style and control on her tricks. I mean, she's always had it, but we're focusing on this year, and it's all come together nicely for her, and a well-deserved skater of the year to like top it all off. Best looking skate. What was the most stunning bit of plastic you've seen this year? Whoa, look at that one. In 5th place was Robbie Pitt's Fantasy 72. I really like that skate. I think it maybe could have even won it if people were brave and people were honest with themselves. 4th was Fabiola's skate. Massive skate this year. Really cool to see that happening. Nice one, Matthias and everybody involved. Yandi's skate came 3rd, the brownish standard skate. 2nd is Chihiro, which probably would have been my winner. And your winner is Levy's Mesmer, the kind of browny, maroony kind of colour, that burgundy almost. Lovely looking skate based on the classic throne, modernised for the new rollerblading public. Nice one to him. The middle section in Aldi, aka Best Section Award, a heavyweight one. 3rd place, Cameron Talbot, for the birds. Do it for the birds, mate. Do it for the birds. Mad that this is just one part of Cameron's like outstanding year. I kind of think his section from Kook should probably be considered for section of the year as well. But this one, loads of big stunts in there, taking the amplitude up a lot, which seems to have not disappeared completely from rollerblading, but not being in trend. He got well and truly stuck into that. There's creativity in there. There's things that are quite like not unique completely, but things that he seems to like tuck right into, which is doing like the dark side, top side, stuff like that. There's that really innovative Zero Macchio, the heel roll to the dark fish. That was really cool. Eliza Jennett was on it with the filming and the production, super crisp. And they used the music from that M&S advert, which struck a chord with me. I think that section could have won, and you'd have had no arguments from me if it did. 2nd, Bobby Spazov's in and out section. Easily Bobby's best section he's released, like leaning into his forte, which I think was smart of him. Now, traditionally, like a park transition skater, like he himself admits it in multiple interviews he's kind of brought up the fact that he's not always comfortable on rails and he knows there's people better than him, but you know, he still handles that. But what's really serving him in this video is him leaning into his strengths. Like, you know, there's lots of big drops, like working in the transition. He does lots of stuff where does a grind on the roof, or there's something near a roof, then he jumps onto a roof and he jumps off that. He also launches off stuff to grinds. There's those outrageous drop-ins which are completely bonkers. I actually think this section would have hit harder and had more of an impact if he'd released it separately from the rest of that video, like just purely him on his own section. But really cool to see it still get his flowers. Section of the year, Sean Kelso's left foot in Reflect 2. He doesn't even need the right foot to beat everyone. Like, the expectations on a Kelso edit are so enormously high. If he can just match what he's done from previous years, he should be winning Sotty. But people actually want to see him do more, and somehow he is still squeezing more out of his trick abilities and what's even possible on skates. Like his previous edits, I don't think there's anybody out there who's caught up with that yet, or even tried to go down that path to try and match him. And at this point, it's probably unachievable to even get to the point where he's at. Like, people say that he's just a P-rail skater, or even suggest that they can do what he does. I think they're just exposing the fact that they're either not paying attention at all, don't understand what he's actually doing and what's involved in his tricks, or simply don't like it. And you know, the latter's fine. You don't have to like it, but that doesn't discredit or take away from how phenomenally good he is and how good this section was. Like the production, the music, add that all to the tricks, it's always phenomenal. People are always a lookout for it, and it always has an impact. Even this many years down the line where people think, oh yeah, we're seeing the same things, he's always just squeezing that little bit more. Just the level is outrageous. Personally, I'm a bit surprised that Brosco's section in Starheads wasn't a little bit higher up there. Again, I think it's a case of like expectations on Brosco and what we've seen him do in the past and like what we see him do now, and he's so casual about it. You think, it's a bit too easy for him and stuff like that, we want to see more. But outrageous skating nonetheless. And my personal favourite that played, I was going to say it played into my sensitivities, but actually the skating was completely different to what I normally like tend to prefer. The Seba Sufferhouse Tiki Taka section, it caught me off guard, man. It's like somebody snuck a little bit of mustard into my quaver sandwich or something. I was like, oh, it was so good. Like the energy, the rawness, how he was able just to belt it around the streets and pull off these tricks, which are really quite technical and like really highly skilled as well. I loved it. So that's my personal section of the year. But the voters have chosen Sean Kelso Reflect 2. Best fit, one for the snappy dresses. Third is Sean Darst. Very sensible look, very like 50s inspired 90s kind of look. You could almost say like a blue collar kind of look, a humble blue collar guy. Sensible, works for many occasions, like meeting the in-laws, out with the boys playing darts, and rollerblading. Very sensible, good inspiration for the older generation of rollerbladers as well. He wears it well. Robbie Pitts in second. Bright, bold outfits, inspired use of accessories, very authentic reflection of his personality and a beacon of positivity. Like, it doesn't matter if you wouldn't dress the way he personally dresses. It's a statement about you being you. And Robbie, I reckon, is the kind of person that even if you didn't dress like him, he would defend you and your right to dress the way you dress. And we need to respect that. Sean the Taxman Kelso, just taxing all the trophies, taking all the wins, has won this one, and mate, he must have the biggest wardrobe going. I feel like, and I'd have to go back and check, but every single clip he's wearing a different outfit, apart from like the ones at Payne's, but like where there's a few tricks the same, but then there's still loads of outfits. It's like an outfit reveal every trick. It's incredible, man. At the opposite end of the section, worst fit. Now, a fair few names that were in the best fit are also in the worst fit as well, and that's just the way it goes. Third, Robbie Pitts. You're a bunch of dickheads for voting him for third. I think it's people just don't like it personally, and they just don't see the vision. Second, Shredpool. I don't think this needs too much of an explanation. I just don't even understand who that's for, who it's targeting. If the bloke is enjoying it himself, fair play, clearly is, because you've been doing it for ages, but I just don't get it. And the winner of Worst Fit, Ugliest, no surprise there really. I genuinely can't tell if he absolutely loves dressing like that, like bonkers all the time, and fair enough, or it is purely just because he wants the attention and he just loves gimmicks and novelty. I think he could actually change it around completely for himself and possibly even win Best Fit if he just went down the whole like snowboarding, skiing outfits that he sometimes wear, that he wore in his promo for his first skate. That outfit was brilliant, man. Be the person that owns that look in rollerblading. Best videographers. I don't think I really need to explain why this is such an important category, but I will. If stuff is filmed shit, no matter how good it is, it just comes across crap, doesn't translate well. It's like, you know, the difference between doing stuff on reels using a 360 in your phone and then actually putting the time, getting a really good videographer, and producing something long form that is cohesive. Like, the difference is immeasurable, and like I said before, just translates much better. Huge list of people that all deserve their place on there, but the top 3 are: third, Mike Therese, always involved with the wizard stuff, always all over the Bodega Boy stuff, with Jeremy Raff as well, so Jeremy Raff really should be a little bit higher up on this thing. But yeah, exceptional filming, really communicates what the environment is like. You get a sense of being there, and you can actually see the tricks. Second, Sean Kelso, everything you touch turns to gold. Well, actually second in this position, so silver, but you just know that whenever he's involved, it always looks magical. And actually, his brother Colin should really be in there as well, because I assume most of the time it's Colin filming Sean, and that always looks good. And your winner is Butter TV. Big hits this year with Cameron Talbot, the recent one with Billy. He done stuff with Jamie earlier in the year as well. That was really good. They're always super crisp. Personally, I feel like Mark Marino and John Lee should have been a little bit higher up on the list. I think everybody here is contributed this year in some sort of way. They all bring value, but them too, just Mark Marino with the Mesmer stuff has been unbelievable. John Lee, man, just like, I look forward to his interactions with the skaters or just the general public, and he's really good at capturing what it is like to go out skating. Like, he's nailed it, and I think he's kind of quite far ahead of everybody else in that respect, but didn't get the vote, so there you go. Best Wizard Skater, third place. The Bosch Man, the Pharaoh, Leon Basson taking third. In second, Nicola Torelli. Man, he's been releasing some unbelievable stuff recently. Just the level of flow is incredible, and his progression from like darting through people, which I always thought was really annoying and silly, to where he is now, it's just incredible. I love the guy. And your winner, I'm pretty sure he won last year as well, is June Q Park. He just operates on a different frequency, man. Only dogs can like really truly understand what frequency he's working at. It's just exceptional, man. He's like he's from another planet or something. I have a great and deep appreciation for the control he has over those skates, and it just feels like it opens up the doors for so much, not just wizard skating but also aggressive skating as well. Lies from Seagull Eyes, biggest lie. In last, which is sixth, product release dates. Stuff always getting pushed back. People's followers coming in fifth. Yeah, there's definitely a few dodgy accounts out there, a few people that seem to rise to popularity very quickly, but fake it till you make it and all that kind of business. Fourth, it's coming back. Third is No One Does Hammers. Absolute codswallop. Second, skate sizing. All the sizes are all different. What an absolute con. Rollerblading is the Wild West. The one thing it has to do is fit your feet, and we can't even get the sizing right, which is hilarious. And the winner for this year, biggest eye in 2024 and probably throughout history. Just one more try, mate. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to get it next time. One more try. Never is one more try until that last try, and that's generally the try when you don't say one last try. You're just in that mode and you just keep going for it. Respect your videographer or your friends and just be honest with them. Be like, you know what? If I do this next one and I miss it, but it feels kind of good, I'm probably going to go for it again. If I do it and completely cock it up and I was a mile off, I'm probably in my head going to go, well, at least one more good try. And then that battle's going to continue for an indeterminate amount of time before either you get pissed off or I hurt myself, probably, or I realise that I should have been home hours ago to pick up the kids and my partner's going to be raging. Best photographer. Third, Mick Casals, doing a lot via Jumbo, and they released that book. Second, Dominic Wagner. And in first place, Eric Garcia. JSF, man, he's been releasing some bangers recently, especially the pictures with Cameron Talbot. Been absolutely loving them. One of my personal favourites, who actually I think came sixth in this, is David Montsaldea. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. All the stuff with Mesmer, I've been loving it. Shout out to him. Take him round the back and deal with him, aka Ugliest Skater Award. Sixth, Any 909. No matter how much I think those skates are absolutely wonderful, not everybody agrees, and some people think they're a bit ugly. There you go. Fifth, Any Echo, the essentially the ugly version of the 909. Fourth, Fabiola skate. Third, Robbie Pitts. That is harsh, man. Just a guy expressing himself truly and deeply, and we should all appreciate it. Second is, and not by much, second is Cougar, which kind of looks like the helmet off of the Acolyte, with those little holes in the front of it. Looks like it's really heavy. I've been told they've made it like a, still looks like an absolute tank. I don't actually think it's that offensive, but you know, there you go. And the winner of the most ugliest skate is the new Trigger skate, and they're having a rough time, man. They spent all that time designing that skate, which I think, personally to me, I think their biggest crime is that it looks well over engineered, all those little bits in it. Who knows if they have any functionality at all? Maybe they do, but like, what's good looking and what's bad looking is purely about aesthetics. But anyway, they did all that, and then the factory that made them for them was just like, we're going to rip you right off and release them themselves and just claim that they're ours. Mad. Absolute madness. Feel really sorry for them. That little window thing they've got on the side of the skate just makes me think of like the little signal on doors when it's like engaged or vacant, which is probably not something you should be thinking about when you're looking at a skate. Best crew. Third place, Kooks. Just a thriller minute, man. Absolute banger. Really exciting. Can't really show you much of it because it's a VOD, but bits of it are now starting to come out on various platforms. And it feels just like everybody was on form and super keen to get stuck in for the video. Glad this one got its recognition. Really rowdy. Second, Bodega Boys for Lovers. Chatted loads about this in the news. The production is so good, man. Just next level. You can tell that's what they do professionally. Outside of skating, it's chock-a-block full of really good tricks that are inspirational. It captures the city vibe as well as the skating, and their love for both of those things. Jumbo, gigantic. Jumbo is a prime example of how to build a community, which is so important in a niche. Like, the production and tricks are there, but it's the relationship they've created with their audience via their usual videos that makes people like care more and appreciate this video more. I think there's still lots of room for other crews to adopt this approach, and so much more that can be done with this style of like regular vlog video, and then as a result you put out a proper video and people really love it and give you crew of the year. Personally, I would have had Bodega Boys for Lovers as number one. Kooks a very close second. Tape 3 occupies this weird kind of space where it was a VOD at the end of 2023, came out at the beginning of 2024, so it just floats in this weird kind of purgatory, but I'd have actually had that as my favourite crew video. Best recovery advice. Nominations: listen to medical professionals, turmeric, or walk it off.
Walk it off, Ron!
I'm slightly disappointed that people took this so seriously and have gone for listen to medical professionals, although, you know, that should be the winner realistically. But what's made up for it is that so many people went for just walk it off. I remember crashing into a wall on my bike and my knee swelling up like a balloon, and my dad just being like, you'll be fine, just keep cycling. Savage, man, but that's the way to go. Turmeric, don't believe the hype, it's a myth. It's like pretending that smoking vapes is any better for you. Nah, fuck off, mate. Most stylish. Who's making things look fucking lovely? Anyone on this list could have won. I'd have added in Ryan Parker as well, but taking third was Alex Broskow. Don't need to explain, he's the GOAT. Super control, makes things look effortless, unbelievable. Yuto second, absolute style lord in everything he does. Sean, we're going to need a bigger cabinet for all my awards. Kelso, Number 1, he is just focused in. His skating is the result of dedication and accepting only the best and just owning it. Worst thing to put on your jed while skating. 4th, Baker Boy. Watched a couple of episodes of Peaky Blinders, now got the full kit, changed their whole personality and thinks they're Tommy Shelby. 3rd, the flat cap. Only Julio can skate in a flat cap. Flat caps are for people who think they're Tommy Shelby but don't realise it's actually a Baker Boy hat. 2nd, the pork pie hat. You've surely got to be like at least 55 to be wearing a pork pie hat. Always got a packet of pork scratchings in their pocket. Chats up all the girls in the bookies. Drinks lukewarm carling. Loves ska music, it's their whole personality. Wears a pork pie hat down to the football because he thinks they're different. And their wives hate it. Number 1, the fedora, which also happens to be the number 1 choice for perverts. No more explanation needed.
You pervert.
Who is Skater of the Year 2024? Who is... Who will be winning their share of the prize pot? In 6th place, Seba Sufferheld. I absolutely loved his skating this year. 5th place, Leffy Van Rijn. Again, another storming year. 4th, Alex Brosco. And I think we just measure him on a totally different scale. So it's actually way harder for him to win Sotty, but he's the GOAT. So, do you know what? I don't think Sotty matters. He's the best ever. And I actually think there's a good argument for him winning this year. Into the big uns. In 3rd place, Cameron Talbot, who has had a phenomenal year. And I want to give him credit just for making Sotty exciting this year. Normally it's like Sean and Kudo who dominate all the conversation. But he has burst into this. And not just like as an outside chance. Oh yeah, he might have a chance of getting in top 5 or top 3. But straight to the top of the conversation. Like, he might actually take the crown here. He is a proper contender. 4 solid sections, no wavering in terms of like quality, a real mix of tricks and obstacles showing his range. I don't think he could have given a better account of himself and his skating, like in a time where stunts are not favoured as like the most trendy and popular thing to do. He is out there like getting really stuck into them and making them look great. He's got classic moves in there. He's firing himself down massive kink rails. He's creative and innovative with his skating. And even though he hasn't won this time round, it's a year that absolutely like ups his stock and status in rollerblading. Like, he's adding to the conversation of what rollerblading can be and what's cool and what people should be getting after. And I think there is absolutely an argument, if people want to argue with themselves after this, that he could have won this. Like, I'm really excited to see what he does next year, and I hope the next move for Blank by Rollerblade is to give him a pro skate. That makes sense. Coming in 2nd, and I absolutely feel for the guy. Every year, man, he just misses out on winning. It's Julian Kudo. I did a poll and 87% of you said the most important thing about Skater of the Year was proper video parts. 10% of you said competitions, 3% of you said social media. And I agree, like, video parts is absolutely the main metric. It could well be the be all and end all of the conversation, video parts, but Sotty will always be able to transcend a tick list. They will always be able to go beyond like set measurements to win, and Kudo is one of the rare people, along with the likes of say Joe Atkinson, whose park and competition skating is so dominant and is so beyond like what other people are doing. He makes it become part of the reason why he should be considered Skater of the Year, and this year's been no exception. Like, he's won part Skater of the Year for good reason, because he's absolutely been smashing it all over the place. Like, and it seems like this year as well, he's taken on board what people were saying about like his edits, that like, you know, sometimes they weren't really cohesive, they lacked the quality you would expect from a Sotty contender. Working with Ant Medina, working with Jonas Hansen has really leveled things up for him and been a smart move. Like, he can do some serious stuff on the streets, and he's got all the ability to win, and he would win if it wasn't for your winner, Sean Kelso. Skater of the Year should be just about what a skater has done in that year, in 2024. In Sean's case though, he's been skating at a SOTY winning level for the last 2 years that it creates a really high level of expectation. Slightly unfairly, he's not only skating against the people who have had really good 2024s, but he's also skating against his 2 previous years of SOTY winning skating. If he doesn't match it or improve on what he's done in the previous years, people start to question if that is the absolute best skating of the year. And that's a ridiculously hard task to overcome, but he does. He's so far down the rabbit hole in his preferred style of skating, heavily technical ledge and rail tricks, lots of, if not purely grinding. He is so far down that lane that people won't catch up with him, but he's somehow still pushing it further and getting more tricks out of it. He's also battling against possible viewer fatigue because of his preference for certain types of spots. People would go, oh, it's all ledges, it's all rails, but he is still, again, blowing minds.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
There are people who have more varied skating, there are skaters who are more creative, but he eclipses that because he's so far gone down his own lane.
Come again?
I know it's not the same, but you've got to have some sort of creativity to come up with all the switches that he does. And how does he actually remember all the tricks that he's done? Beyond the tricks though, the whole production, the whole package of what he puts out is absolutely next level. Everything is considered. Him and his brother often win Videographer of the Year. He's won Trick of the Year. There's probably loads of NBDs in there. That as a combination is completely deadly, and that's the reason why he's bagged himself the win again, deservedly. Low-key industry GOAT award, Matthias Noel. Just take a second to think about what he does. All the brands that he runs, he supports the youth, he supports the icons, he supports the current batch. He's just doing so much. He's the nicest guy in the world, and he deserves loads, heaps, tons of credit. Also, there's this really nice documentary all about him that just came out recently. Check it out. High key industry GOAT, John Julio, for bloody everything. There you go. Again, massive thank you to all the people that donated and made this way more important than it has been all these previous years. And it's only going to encourage people to go harder next year as well. Huge thank you again to my Patreons and channel members. I simply couldn't do this without you, so it means the world to me that you support this channel. Here's a couple of other videos you can watch in the meantime. I'll be back again soon, hopefully. Spotty dog.